All right, so here we go. So we're gonna start off down on your stomach, okay? So it's gonna stretch out your abs, front of the stomach, and your back, all right? So you lay flat on your back, hands underneath your shoulders, outside your chest, and we're gonna press straight up. So as you see, Kelsey's just gonna lengthen through her abs right through here, okay? So you just chest up, chin up, try to like lengthen your spine as much as you can this way, okay? We're gonna hold this for 2 minutes, okay? So we're just gonna go through that. Like I said, if you have any questions, pop them into the chat. Matt from South Carolina, thank you. I'm trying to keep it great. As you go through all these, it's just gonna be a lot of static stretching. So just getting into position and holding it. You want to focus. Too much of a stretch and you have to hold your breath, or you're feeling really tense, you're too much in it. So come out of the stretch to just a point where you can breathe normally, and then let the amount of time that we hold the stretch let you more into it. You'll see, if you look at the difference between Kelsey and I right now, her hands are right under her shoulders. That's where they should be. Mine are out in front of me because of my surgery. We're halfway through this, okay?
Okay.
If this is too much up on your hands, you can come down to your forearms and just push up through here. And if at any point you need to come out of a stretch, you can just go to child's pose, which is just knees bent, kind of sitting on your ankles, pushing your butt back and torso down, resting towards the floor. Okay, we're gonna slowly come out of this one, okay? Slow. So now, we're gonna go to child's pose. So you're gonna pull your feet underneath you, big toes together, heels apart, okay? Big toes together, heels apart. All right, so we're gonna come down to our child's pose, how Kelsey is right here, but we're gonna get a little bit more for the upper back and the tricep, so we're gonna bend our elbow. You're gonna use this part of your elbow right here to kind of anchor into the ground and almost pull yourself back. So Kelsey's trying to push herself backwards this direction. So if I push back like this, she's trying to go that way, okay? This one I can't really do with my, I can't have my elbows like that, so I'm just gonna keep my arms straight. I'm gonna sink my head down towards the floor. You wanna feel this in your low back, and then also through here. So as you are bent, you're trying to push this up and lengthen that way while keeping your upper back nice and long, okay? Breathe nice and easy. You can sink your head towards the floor. That whole time, I'm trying to use my hands for leverage and push back into the ground. And we're halfway through this one. Remember, in all these, you're just focused on your breathing. Nice, long, deep breaths. Try to pull air into your stomach. And then as you exhale, try to think about relaxing the area that we're stretching. All right, we're gonna come out of that nice and slow now. All right, so we're gonna work on our right leg, calf, ankle, and Achilles. All right, so we're putting our right leg up in front. I'm gonna keep this back leg slightly bent. And we're gonna lean forward here, okay? So try to keep your back nice and long and sink into that, okay? So we wanna feel that stretch in the back side of this leg here. So the ankle joint is flexing, and we're getting stretch right to the backside here and here. If you want, you can have your hands on the inside of the leg and sink down through here, or you can have your chest on your knee and sink over like this, okay? So we're focusing right through here. Want this knee coming forward and down, okay? And you may feel this in other places. You may feel it in the front of the of this back hip right here. You may feel some in the hip capsule of the bent knee. Both of those are fine. Just going to depend on where you're most tight. So again, just get to a point where you can breathe normally and just focus on your breathing. The key with these is that we're not trying to push into the position, but we get to where it's a stretch, and on the amount of time that we spend holding it is what's going to help you get deeper into position. Nice job, guys. We're just over halfway. So we're going to continue to stay in that stretch. All right, sorry, just trying to keep updating the correct meeting number code. Got some more people that want to join. All right, so we're gonna slowly come out of that, okay? Nice and easy. And all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna change sides, okay? So give yourself a easy, 5-7 seconds here. We'll swap sides, okay? Left foot forward now. And so we're gonna go for 3 minutes, same as the last one, all right? So again, now we're looking at the front of, or the back side of this leg, calf, Achilles. So we wanna really get that shin angle forward, okay? We're trying to keep the heel on the ground. And again, hands can be inside the leg, let your chest drop down here. Hands can be outside with your chest on your thigh if you want. However you want to work that. Okay. If you are having trouble leaning forward or it's not comfortable, this would be an area where you could grab like a pillow or a med ball or something right here and just rest your hands on that. If you're near a table, you could do that. Or really anything that you can get comfortable with. The key with that is just that you're in a spot where you can control how much or how little stretch you're giving yourself with a lot of control. So you don't want to be just barely balancing and slip and fall like really deep into a stretch. However you can say yourself where you can control how much or how little stretch you get. When some of these positions, you guys are getting into deep stretches that we're holding for quite a while, do your best to just try to relax and just get comfortable being uncomfortable in that stretch, okay? We have just under 1 minute left. All right, so let's slowly come out of that one. All right, so now we're gonna go into downward dog. So we'll go, if you start with your feet and hands as far apart, like back to front as they would be in a push-up, and then hands are gonna be about shoulder width apart, and your feet are gonna be the same width apart as your hands, okay? So this is one, I'm not gonna do this one because I can't put weight on that shoulder there yet. So I'll just get to where you guys can see Kelsey. So again, step behind here. We wanna be reaching backwards this way. So as she does that, she wants to be pushing through her hands. So she's gonna try and sink her chest down. What that's doing is extending her upper back, and then just gonna try to push backwards this direction. So I'm gonna push her that way. So you're working on getting your heels down towards the floor. Now you're gonna drop down to the knees. All right, so now we're gonna go sitting on our knees. So we're right here. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna reach one arm up overhead, and the other arm is going to reach behind our back like this, okay? So one is behind like this, the opposite arm is up over like this, okay? So this is one that I cannot do. So just, yeah, you see Kelsey right there. So with this, you're gonna get a little bit of a stretch in a number of different places. It could be in your quads just from sitting in this position. You may get some through your tricep and into your lat on the top arm. And then on the arm that's down, you're probably feeling that through the chest into the front of the shoulder, okay? So this is one that I cannot do fully, so I'm just gonna kind of work as much as I can through it. We're over just a minute, so I got about 40 seconds left. Just try and sit up nice and tall, let that weight rest down right on the knees and ankles. If you ever need a break on your ankles, you can just come up out of that, but let's try and work on as much as you can, staying right back down. All right, now we're gonna switch sides, guys. Okay, so that arm that was on top is gonna come behind. You can reach your hands together, go ahead and do that. If you can't, just work on getting that other arm as close as you can. It'll be probably pretty normal for this one to have a discrepancy between sides. You'll probably notice, especially when your dominant hand is behind your back, you'll feel probably tighter through here. That's normal. If you don't feel discrepancy, that's good. But if you do notice a fairly big one, it's not a big deal. It's pretty common. With this, if you want, you can grab like a cloth or a strap or a towel and hold that behind your back and try to walk your hands up it closer together. If you don't, just try to keep reaching and get as much as you can. After this one, I'm just gonna do some stuff for my shoulder that I'm doing for therapy. Now we're just gonna slowly come out of this one. So we're gonna stay seated on our knees. You wanna come up out of that. So we're working on quads, knees, ankles, and toes, okay? So our toes are tucked under, they're not like push-up position, their top of the foot is down, okay? So we're gonna, if you can, sink back into this one. You can do that. If you can go back down to laying, like how Kelsey is, you can do that. If you can't get there, that's fine, don't go there. This might be something where if you wanna do it up against maybe a couch or an ottoman or a chair, if you have a medicine, like a large medicine ball, you can do that. You can just put your hands behind you to support you. But we're just trying to shut up the whole lower body. Okay, we're gonna hold this one for a long stretch. And again, feel free to go into this and come out of it as often as you want to, okay? As you see how Kelsey has her feet out to the side of her legs, if that's more comfortable for you, you can do that. That's gonna take you into a deeper stretch through the knees and ankles. So if you want more on the end range of those joints, go ahead. If you wanna keep your feet tucked under me or under yourself, as I'm doing, that's fine as well. These are all areas where I'm pretty tight in. I've fractured both ankles numerous times and tore one Achilles, so this one is pretty rough for me, so this is about, for me, where my max is at. And again, if you need to come out of this at any point, you can go ahead and do that. Sometimes what I like to do is, if you see like my ankles here, I'll just, see if I can get them. So I'll just kind of go like this and put some pressure on them, like with my foot on the ground, and just really try to get it as far as this way as I can and push back, just to get a little bit of, get the opposite end. Come out of this stretch whenever you need to, okay? If you can stay in it that whole time, that's good. If you need to come out and give the ankles a break, or the knees, or the back, or whatever your limiting area may be, do that when you need to, okay? Or we want just a good stretch. There shouldn't be any like sharp snap, crack, out pain, okay? So we're halfway through this. Nice job, guys. We're almost there. All right, we're gonna slowly come up out of that, okay? So that's the bulk of what we're gonna do. The last thing that we're gonna do is gonna lay flat on our back, and we're gonna take about a minute and just lay nice and relaxed onto your back, okay? So let's all go through that 1 minute together, and then we'll come up out of it, okay? So with this, just laying comfortable on your back, focus on your breathing, and just kind of let your body relax and kind of rebound and get those benefits. All right. So on your back hands can be whatever position is comfortable. If you'd rather lay on your stomach, that's fine as well. But we're just going to lay nice and relaxed. All right, guys, so if you want to stay down in that position for as long as you want to, go ahead. I'm going to unmute everybody right now, though. If anybody wants to chime in or just put something in the chat about if you would want to do this more than twice a week.
Where's the chat box?
So, okay, you guys are all unmuted now, so you know.
Casey, that was so good.
Casey.
Guys, appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it.
What did you do?
I have to put it down here.
Where's the chat? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sarah. Say, good start. Oh, that's islands.
Yeah, that's who it was.
I struggled through 3 minutes of a certain, I think 3 minutes was a long time.
I think that, but I can understand what you're saying.
But just say whenever. He just wanted to know how many days.
Wait, let's repeat what you said.
Oh, I was just saying, I think 3 minutes for each pose is a little long. I was struggling for them.
Yeah, no, it's definitely long. It's definitely challenging, but with stuff like that,
Intro.
it's kind of important. So this is later in the day.
Good intro, good time, whatever. Just,
Casey, it reminds me a lot about a lot of Brahman, like what we do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good. What does that say?
Good intro to yoga.
That is yoga. Why would it be good intro? I'll just say that was awesome. Or,
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and probably wrap this up now. If you guys have times that work better for you, want to do this more than playing twice a week right now.
whatever.
Follow our page, BeyondDriven Fitness and Performance.
Thanks, Casey. That was awesome.
Thanks, Case.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you.
Put out our last time. See you guys.
I just texted.
You're not helping.
Oh, you know what to write.
All right, so
Hold on.
yeah, so we also have virtual classes online with like lifting and conditioning stuff that we do with barbells and kettlebells and all that. If you guys want to check for those, just follow our page on Facebook.
Thank you, like a lot.
Okay. Where's my name? What's that? Oh, okay.
From you too.
Okay.
We're going at 6 p.m. probably 2 days a week.
You're allowed to have one person, correct? Yeah.
Do we want the same time, or do you want it? Do you want to do early or not later?